beautiful children, I am on my balcony. So I hope my iPad is not going to blow away. It's actually the Sweetie Man and the Meaty Man's iPad, but never mind, we now have an iPad. So children, if you know what Zoom is, we can now do Zoom, which we couldn't do before, but never mind. Anyway, hello, I'm wearing my Keep Calm and Keep Your Distance t-shirt, and I've got very fat, and I've been jogging around the garages, so I've got wet hair, which looks a bit like a banana, because it's brown and yellow. But back to Shavuot. So, I hope you're all right, and I hope you're having a wonderful time with your mummies and daddies and families, and that everything is okay and that everyone is well. And I hope that those of you who are key workers children, that doesn't mean that your mummies and daddies are keys, it means that they do very special jobs in the health sector. I hope that if you are at school, you're enjoying school, and if you're not at school, you're enjoying being at home. And that, please God, maybe you might go to school in June, but even if you don't, I'm sure you'll still be busy and do work together and be happy and be wonderful children. So, back to Shavuot. Today is Rosh Chodesh Sivan. Lovely. And we're still counting the Omer. Every day we started on Pesach, and when there was Hashem's special house, then we would have a Bet HaMikdash, and then we would offer up the barley offering on the second day of Pesach. We start counting the Omer, and then on Shavuot, when we've done 49 days later, then we get Shavuot. And then, when we had Hashem's special house, then we would have had the Shtei HaLechem, the 2 bread offering, which was from wheat, the first wheat flour. How yummy in the tummy. Anyway, and of course, there would be a procession, 3 syllables, where everybody would come together. Obviously now we have to social distance, so we can't come together. But in the time of the Bet HaMikdash, there was no social distance, and everybody used to come to Yerushalayim. I hope you can hear me, and it's not too windy, but it's quite nice to be on the balcony by myself. Okay, how many names does Shavuot have? Does it only have one name, Shavuot? Weeks, and we count the 7 weeks? You should be saying, no, it has more than one name. So, one name, we know it's got. Is it 2 names? Is it 3 names? Is it 4 names? Is it 5 names? The answer is 5 names. Shavuot, the festival of weeks. We count the 7 weeks, and then we get to Shavuot from Pesach. Yabba dabba doo. Next one is called Chag HaBikurim, the festival of the first fruits. In those olden days, when there was the Bet HaMikdash, all the farmers would go looking for their first fruit and go, yeah, I found my first fruit. And then they'd tie a little string around the first fruit, and then again they would all go procession to Yerushalayim, no social distancing then, and they would be able to offer up their first fruits. SPS, some people say. Also, they put little gold things around their oxen on their horns to make them look beautiful, and special baskets of gold, or maybe very pretty baskets with fruit in, and their first fruits. Very exciting. Chag HaBikurim. Then we've got Chag HaKatzir, the harvest festival. Again, farmers very busy trying to get all their crops in. Chag HaKatzir. Does anybody know the special story that we're going to read on the second day of Shavuot? I know we're not going to be in shul, but we can still read the book. Does anybody know that special book that we read on the second day of Shavuot? Very special lady called Ruth, Megillat Ruth. That's what we're going to read on the second day of Shavuot. Okay, and we might just have a few laminate about that as we carry on. I do hope you can hear me, and I do hope you can see me. It's nice and shiny and windy. Okay, so Shavuot, Chag HaBikurim, Chag HaKatzir. Next one, stop! Chag HaAtzeret, coming together. All the Jewish people, now we can't, we are socially distancing, we're keeping 2 meters. Maybe we'll keep a little bit less in the future, but at the moment 2 meters, keep 2 meters away. But in the olden days, they would all come together for the Chag HaAtzeret. And the most important thing of all, what did we get on Shavuot? We got the Torah, Zman Matan Toratenu, the time of getting our Torah at Har Sinai, that little tiny mountain, a very special one. And there's a lot of things about threes. Moshe, who was born in Sivan, the 3rd month. Moshe, who was born to Amram, who was the tribe of Levi, the 3rd tribe. Isn't that interesting? And SPS, some people say, aka also known as the Medrash, that actually Moshe Moshe was hidden. I think we know he was hidden for 3 months. So there you go, threes. Now I want to tell you something that I always do in my children's service, but I wanted just to make sure that you get to hear it today as well. So on the first day of Shavuot, there is a very special sort of poem. I like to write poems and paint because I'm an artist and a poet, but there was a very, very special man. And he was very, very special, and his name was Rabbi Meir ben Yitzchak. And he was a special chazan, used to sing in the shul, much better than me, not like me, used to sing properly the tefillot in the shul, like when we sing Hallel together. He was a beautiful singer, must have been. But he was living in a very difficult time. I know at the moment we've got a few little problems with the coronavirus, so we've got to be careful. But he lived in a time where it was really, really dangerous, where unfortunately people weren't very nice to the Jewish people. This thing was called a crusade, and so he wasn't having a very nice time. But he still wrote this beautiful poem to Hashem called Akdamut. And in this poem, if all the heavens, point to the heavens, if all the heavens were parchment, that's the special skin of the animal that we write the Torah on, if all the heavens were parchment, and all the trees, I can see trees out there, you can't see trees from where I'm sitting, but I am pointing to a tree on my balcony. If all the trees were pens that you write with, if all the seas and the rivers were ink, and if all the people were writers, just like me, still would never be enough to say how amazing Hashem is, how wonderful Hashem is. That's a beautiful poem called Akdamut, 3 syllables. Okay. And on the second day of Shavuot, we get to hear the story of Ruth. And on the first day of Shavuot, we get to read the 10 Commandments. My pad is flopping away, so I don't know if you can see. I'm going to hold that up there. Can you see? Can you see? You might not be able to see because I'm on my balcony, but I am enjoying my balcony space. Okay, the 10 Commandments. Let's see if you know them. Number 1, Anochi Hashem Elokecha, I am Hashem, your God. Lo yeh lecha Elohim acherim al panai. Number 2, you mustn't have any other gods other than me. Number 3, Lo tisah Hashem Elokecha lashav. You must not take the name of Hashem, your God, in vain. Number 4, Zochar et Yom HaShabbat B'Kadsho. Please remember the Sabbath day, you've got to keep it. Yeah? Even if we don't go to shul, you've still got a wonderful home to keep our Shabbat in, and our home can become our shul for Shabbat. Okay? Number 6, Lo Tirtzach, you shall not murder. I think we're okay with that one. I don't think we're going to murder anyone. Okay, hopefully not. Lo Tin'af, you shall not commit adultery, so mummies and daddies are very close and lovely friends. Lo tignov, you shall not steal. Now if I was doing my children's service, I'd be showing you what I mean by that, but obviously I'm not doing my children's service. But you all know not to take something that doesn't belong to you without permission. If you take something with permission, that's called borrowing, that's not called stealing. Okay. And what else have we got? Lo saneh berecha eid shaker. You must not be a false witness. So if you're at school, at the moment I know you're probably not at school, but if you get to school, then if something happens, you must tell the truth to your teacher. And if you're ever not sure what to do, you ask mummies and daddies and you ask your teacher, but you always tell the truth. Lo sachmod beit re'echa. You shouldn't want something that doesn't belong to you. Sometimes we could spend a lot of time wishing that we had things a bit differently, but whatever Hashem wants for us is what we need to have. And whatever somebody else has is because they need it. Okay, I do really hope that you are able to see my face and it hasn't been blinded by the sunshine too much, but there's been a lovely bit of sunshine. I think I might look quite pale in this video, but it doesn't matter. It's still me and I'm still here. Okay. The book for Shavuot. I'm going to see if you can see it. Yeah, the very best gift. In fact, I'm going to try and sit nearer. Hang on. I'm going to come nearer to you. Now, that's much better. the very best gift. Let's see how it goes. Now, usually, when Chloe was much younger, she used to come to the shul, but obviously the shul is closed and Chloe's a bit busy today, so she's not going to do the story. I'm going to do the story and the actions. Are you ready? Hashem had a gift more precious than gold. He wanted to share it with young and old. The Torah is the gift he wanted to give. The Torah would teach us the right way to live. Picture of the present. Hashem said, I'll give it to the people down below. To all the nations I will go. The Torah does not belong up here. It belongs on earth. I'll bring it there. To the people of Edom, Hashem did go. Do you want my Torah? He wanted to know. We cannot answer right away. We need to know. What does it say? The Torah says you shall not kill. Is that a rule you can fulfill? Tell me, all of you, what will you answer? What will you do? What will we answer? What will we do? We need some time to think it through. The Torah is special. We know it's good. But how will we keep it? We don't think we could. No, we've thought it through. We can't stop killing to keep the Torah. We're not willing. When we get mad, we start to fight. Killing's the way we show our might. Hashem said, my holy Torah is not for you. I'll find someone else to give it to. Oh, page. Not sure what you can see, but never mind, I'm showing it to you. To the people of Yishmael, Hashem did go. Do you want my Torah? He wanted to know. We cannot answer right away. We need to know, what does it say? The Torah says, you shall not steal. Are you willing to keep that part of the deal? Tell me, all of you. What will you answer? What will you do? What will we answer? What will we do? We need some time to think it through. The Torah is special. We know it's good. But how will we keep it? We don't think we could. No, we've thought it through. We need to steal. We don't really care how others will feel. We like to take all sorts of things, like wallets with money and bracelets and things, rings. Hashem said, my holy Torah is not for you. I'll find someone else to give it to. He went around from place to every nation and every race. We don't want the Torah, the people all said. We'll live the way we want instead. Finally, to the Jews, Hashem did go. Do you want my Torah? He wanted to know. Do we want your Torah? We want it now. We'll surely keep it. Just tell us how. Na'aseh v'nishma. We'll do and we'll hear. We'll keep the Torah, so precious and dear. Hashem said, my children, you're so special to me. My chosen nation you shall be. Through Na'aseh and Nishma, we showed our love. So Hashem sent us each 2 crowns from above. These are the real crowns. Good crowns, huh? While every Jew waited below in his tent to the top of Har Sinai, Moshe Rabbeinu went. He climbed to Shamayim, way up high, up above the clouds in the sky. The Malachim saw Moshe and started to fuss. Don't take the Torah, leave it with us. Hashem's gift doesn't belong down there. We want to keep it. We want it here. Goodness. Moshe said, the Torah should not remain here with you. There are so many mitzvot that you cannot do. Are you real people with sisters and brothers? Malachim can't honor their fathers and mothers. When Shabbat comes, we rest for one day. From all types of work, we must keep away. Malachim don't work, so how can you rest? The Torah's for people. We'll keep it best. The Malachim said, we can't keep mitzvot. That's really true. Now we can see that the Torah's for you. Moshe came down with good news to share. For Kabbalat HaTorah, it was time to prepare. He went up and set up a fence on the ground, and he told all the people to gather around. Suddenly, Har Sinai shook. It filled with smoke. There was thunder and lightning. Before Hashem spoke, the sound of the shofar was loud and strong. It went on and on for very long. Do, 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 do. Not a sound was heard, not the moo of a cow, nor the chirp, tweet of a bird, nor the purr of a cat, nor the bark of a dog, nor the buzz of a bee, bzz, nor the croak of a frog, ribbit, ribbit. Only Hashem spoke in a voice so loud, while the mountain was covered in a thick cloud. Anochi Hashem, he called from above, and the Aseret Hadibrot he gave us with love. Hashem's voice was heard by each and every Jew. He told us what we should and should not do. We learned not to steal, and we learned not to kill. We learned to be kind and to do Hashem's will. We learned about Shabbat, the holiest day, and we learned how to live the Torah way. On Shavuot, we got the greatest treasure. It makes us happy. It gives us pleasure. The Torah is the very best gift of all. For every Jew, both big and small. That was a nice story, wasn't it? The very best gift. I do hope you like my t-shirt. It's good. Keep calm and keep your distance. Very nice t-shirt. Okay, story of Ruth to finish off. Okay, did I mention the milky foods? Maybe not. We like to have milky foods on Shavuot that are dairy. If you have an allergy to milk, it's okay. There's lots of good vegan stuff. Chloe likes to be vegan, not all the time, but she likes to be vegan. So there's lots of stuff that isn't dairy that is also yummy, that kind of looks dairy, but it's not, it's vegan. So don't worry if you can't have milk. But we try to have, if we're allowed to have it, some dairy, because Israel is compared to honey and milk and honey, and the Jews were learning how to keep kosher, and they got all those laws, so maybe they enjoyed having milky foods. Right, pretty windy. The story, coming back here, I'm going to put my laminate there. The story of Ruth. So, once upon a time, see if you can see that, if I put that, can you see that laminate? Hopefully you can see it. So there was a Daddy Eglon who was a king, and he had 2 daughters, Ruth and Orpah, and he was living in Moab, and he was not Jewish, and the Moab people weren't exactly best buds with the Jewish people. Okay, that's the beginning of the story, so we know where the story might end up for a little bit. Okay, so, and we know that there is somebody special called Ruth in the story, and she's going to be picking up special bits of corn that are left for the Jewish people, and I'm running ahead of myself. Okay, so we know that there was a family, and in the family there was a Daddy Elimelech, over here, Elimelech, and he had a wife called Naomi. I don't know if you can see it. I'm sorry if you can't see it. A wife called Naomi, and she didn't want to leave Eretz Israel. She wanted to stay in Israel. But there was a famine. Does anybody know what a famine is? A famine is when there's not enough food in Israel. And Elimelech was very naughty because he should have stayed. He had lots of money in his pocket, and he should have helped give tzedakah and food to all the poor people who really couldn't afford to buy any food. But instead of that, Elimelech said, I'm leaving, and I'm taking all my money with me, and I'm taking my wife Naomi with me, and I'm taking my 2 sons, I don't know if you can see them in here, Machlon and Kilion. They're coming with me. We're going to Moab. We're leaving Israel. Bye! Not very nice at all, really. Okay. Now, things didn't work out very well for Elimelech, or for Machlon, or for Kilion, so they don't stay in our story very long. They're all a little bit naughty, and Machlon and Kilion marry 2 Moabite princesses, Ruth and Orpah. But unfortunately, Machlon and Kilion don't stay in the story. They die, and so does Elimelech. And Naomi is left on her own with her 2 daughters-in-law, and it's a bit sad for Naomi, and she's left with no money, no husband, and no sons, and these 2 daughter-in-laws. And she says to them, do you know what, I think I'm gonna go. I think I'm gonna go back home to Israel where I belong. But of course you shouldn't come with me because it's too much for you. You're princesses. Why don't you just go back to your beautiful palaces and have a nice life? And actually Orpah agrees to go. She turns her neck on Ruth. She's happy to go back to her comforts in the palace. But Ruth just won't leave Naomi. And she says, no, wherever you go, I'll go. Wherever it is, your God is my God. I want to be Jewish. I want to stay with you. So she leaves with Naomi, and they go back to Israel. Now, I was talking about that before. I don't know if you can see this. So basically, in the olden days when we had Hashem's special house, then there was leket and shikha and peah, which was that if you forgot a little bit of corn in the field, you had to leave it for the poor person. You had to leave a little corner for the poor person, and a bundle dropped out of your hand, you wouldn't pick it up. And Naomi tells Ruth to go and pick stalks to get food, not stalks the bird, stalks the food grains. And while Ruth was doing that, and she was very modest and very sweet and very kind and very gracious, she met a much older person called Boaz, who was very nice to her. And Naomi tells Ruth that Boaz is actually somebody very special, and she should do whatever Naomi tells her to do. And Naomi tells her to go where he's lying down in the granary floor and just uncover his feet. Very interesting. I think there's going to be a muzzle tov on the way. Very exciting. So Ruth does do that, and Boaz says, that he would be happy to marry Ruth, but there is a closer relative who could marry Ruth, but the closer relative says, no thanks, you can marry her, Boaz, if you want to. And so Ruth marries Boaz, and she becomes the great-grandma to King David. How exciting is that? So that's some bit about Shavuot for you, and I hope you're all having a wonderful time together. Stay happy and stay strong and stay safe, and listen to your mummies and daddies. Yeah, listen to your mummies and daddies and do what they say. Listen to mummies and daddies and do what they say. Listen to mummies and daddies and do what they say. Then they will be happy. And I hope I will see you again soon, but I think it's going to take some time until it's safe for everybody to get together in the way that we used to get together. But if you've got your Siddur, or if you've got your Mahzor, if Mummy and Daddy gives you a special prayer book to use, I've got a very special prayer book, and it's from my grandma, and it says, hope your prayers get answered at all times, and I use it every day because it's a beautiful Siddur. Okay, so enjoy Shavuot, enjoy your cheesecake, keep doing mitzvot, and I hope to see you very, very soon. Enjoy the cheesecake if you like cheesecake. If not, maybe just ice cream. Chag Sameach!